I think I know just the guy to help me with this. Octavian, hi, it's good to see you. How you been?
I've been fine. Yourself?
I've survived my year.
Good.
Cool idea. I have this cool idea. We're working on a video for like the next couple of days. We're going to be ranking like all the MTX from the year. I really wanted to know if you like wanted in on that. It'd be fun.
Sure. I can give my input. You just like my favorite ones,
Yeah,
or
anything you
popularity?
liked.
What?
Anything you liked. Like what did you enjoy out of the year? Like what was your favorite?
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, I would say that would be hard to rank, but this year they put out the clown set. So honestly, it's not even really a contest. There's a lot of different sets that they put out, but only one of them lets you turn your head into a giant bloody paintbrush. So that's probably got to be the one for me. It was a really bold.
Yeah, we can't have that. But yeah, that's the idea. We're ranking all of the MTX for the year. Generally, my content's a little bit more objective. Not this video, though. This video is biased as hell. So if I put one of your favorites in the clown tier, I apologize now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But also, I have help, so.
Hey.
This is Tarke's favorite tier down here. This is the clown tier.
The no spoilers clown tier.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder what sets are going to go in that one.
It's going to be fun. Tarke, how do you feel about Banelich?
I really like it. So, yellow and orange is one of my favorite colors. There aren't that many yellow and orange sets, so I want to rank it higher. I wouldn't put it like tier 1. I would probably put it in betters.
My only complaint with this set is I wish like the cloak that it has around the hips was like a solid material and not like the effects. That just, I don't know. I really like the set, but that sand in the pockets effect, like I don't know.
Okay, but this is also another thing. So I really like this set, and I also really like the wild sets, but they have the same problem. Because they've got like colored skin tone, they're kind of hard to mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it like tones the skin in certain ways. Instead of it just being an armor, it's actually like a character model.
Yeah, it's like a skin set. So like, for example, if you just shove the body on like a marauder, but he's not wearing a helmet, then you've got this weird mix and match thing going on.
Yeah.
So maybe that ranks it lower because it's got less combos, but I think it's unique enough. I'd shove it in like tier 2.
Okay,
personally.
I agree. Basilisk.
That's the best armor set in the
game. Is
ever.
it currently the best armor set in the game? I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's
genuinely the best
S-tier.
thing in the game, and anyone who disagrees is wrong.
We're moving on. Black and white combined armor. This looks like an action figure. This is actually like a plastic, like somebody took the two armor sets and just smushed them together in like when you're like a kid and you pull the arms off the action figure and put them back on. That's what happened. That's what happened with this.
I personally don't like it, but I will say if you loved Power Rangers, I can totally get why you would like it. And some people like that look. While I don't like it, and it doesn't sound like you like it, I think if you like that aesthetic, it's probably the best Power Ranger aesthetic. Would you agree?
In the game, yeah. I just think it still looks too plastic. The material looks all wrong.
Where would you put it?
I would put it in not goods. I don't like the look of this thing at all. Maybe in almost, because if like the material was slightly different, then I'd like it a bit more, but...
Okay, so like if it was the same concept of a bit more like weathered looking, so it had less of that like PVC kind of vibe to it, you'd dig it more?
Yeah.
Almost?
I definitely would like it more if it looked less like plumbing pipes. That's for sure.
Alright, okay, fair.
How do you feel about the black set though? I think the black's a bit better.
Yeah, I think the black set's the best of the 3. Yeah, I'd say it's alright. It's average.
Average? I agree. Marauder and core set that we never got. Blood Guardian.
See, okay, so this is a hard one for me because a lot of the new sets have got different male and female forms.
Right.
And this is the one which has got the weird, like, rubber suit on the females, right?
Right, it's got that weird, like, corset thing going on.
Yeah, so I hate it on females.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it.
All right, where would you put it? If you were ranking just like the male version of the set, where would you put it?
I mean, I'm all about equality, so I wouldn't do that.
Okay, so down it goes.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think that it's got like some okay combos, but I think there are better red sets.
I think the best thing about this set in general was the wings. I'm not in love with the armor. I'm really not. I don't think I've used it once since it came out.
So average. Is it worse than average? Is it not good?
It's not good. I don't think it's good. I think the wings are what make this set, and so if we're ranking just the armor by itself,
I mean, I hate it on half of the classes. So yeah, not good.
Not good.
I want to hear your opinion on Crucible first because I think I'm going to disagree with you.
Crucible was my favorite armor in the game for about 7 months. I fucking love Crucible. I think Crucible did right what the Celestial set did wrong. I think it's dark. It's gritty, but it's also got that like cosmic feel that they love to go for sometimes. I think it's it's the best that a Celestial set could have been, and also I think it was like super hyped for like top tier pack. I don't know. I love Crucible. I love Crucible.
I agree with that. I also like the Yu-Gi-Oh vibes it has.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of overplayed. Like we have a lot of black and gold sets, and I very rarely use the full set. Like I mostly use like the helm, and we had like Shadow Stalker's the same kind of set, and then we also had, I'm trying to find it. What was it was the one which came with the black and gold panther. What set was that?
Black and Gold Panther was Cult of Darkness.
Cult of Apocalypse.
Yeah, Cult of Apocalypse.
Yeah, I prefer the Apocalypse to Crucible.
Really?
In terms of like just an armor set. So it's got like cooler helmets. It's like more unique. I like mixing the two together a lot. Like I think Apocalypse and Crucible mix really well. I think Basilisk is better. I would say it's like low tier 1 or high tier 2.
All right.
It's definitely better than Banelich. 100% it's better than Banelich.
100% better than Banelich. I'm nostalgic for like the shape of the classic helm because there's this old movie that I really like. Have you ever seen The Rocketeer? It has this like weird fin shaped helmet, and it shares like a similar shaping to
the helm's unique.
I really like that. I really like that. And I don't know.
Okay, for the Rocketeer, put it in tier 1, but Basilisk is better.
I agree with that. I'll take it. Crusader.
This feels like the old set, like Retcon, which came from the previous big supporter packs.
It's like Vanguard, but sad.
Yeah, just like Vanguard 2.0. I'd say it's better.
I'd say it's average, except I really like the hood. I really think the slanted hood is cool.
It's like the slanted, like offset hood. Yeah. No, I really like the hood.
I'd agree. I still think Banelich is better than it, but I'd put it in better.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Cult of Darkness.
So again, I think Cult of Darkness is as good as Crucible. The only difference being like Crucible has the portal and it's got the back attachment, but the portal clips. Like that's not enough people talked about that. How disappointed were you? I know it's not part, but like how pissed were you when you got the portal and it clipped through the floor?
I'm sad. Really sad. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really wounded still.
So I feel like that. I feel like for a 480 pack, that if you buy it, everything in the pack should be perfect, and the fact that that was scuffed brought the pack down for me.
So Cult of Darkness is better than Crucible.
Yeah, because it had a cat and the cat works.
Okay.
Like it had a black and gold panther, and the panther doesn't like bug out. So I think it's better, personally.
I'll give you that.
Most people disagree.
I'll give you that. The spawn animation on the cats too, how it comes like sliding in, like drifts in.
Yeah.
Tokyo drift style. Okay, I'll give you that one. I like the shoulder pads on it too. I think the shoulder pads are really good on like the bulky classes. Clown set, we don't care. Yep. One of the clown sets. Doomguard. I think Doomguard's underrated. I love Doomguard. I think it's one of the best armors in the game. Hands down.
I like Doomguard, and I like the gloves, like it's got the metal gauntlets.
Yeah.
But I never find myself using it. Like whenever I go to use it, I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and then I just like swap it out for something else.
Where would you put it? Do you like the idea of Doomguard, but not necessarily like its actual implementation? Like it's cool, it's in the game, but like there's just other stuff to use.
Okay, so like I have this thing with wings where I think wings look cool when you're stationary. But I think most wings look dumb when you start moving. So if I see someone in town with like a massive set of wings, I'm like, that looks awesome. If I ever play with it, I don't use it. I think Doomguard's kind of similar. Like it looks really imposing, but like in action, I'm not a big fan. I don't know. I would say it's tier 2. It's definitely above average.
Do you rank it above or below the new Crusader set? I think it's above the new Crusader. I don't think it beats Banelich. I think
Banelich is way cooler.
Yeah, it's really unique.
If you want to put it above Crusader, I'll agree with that. Yeah.
That works. Elder.
What do you think about Elder?
It's the best lore-inspired set we've ever gotten. I like the wings. I think the armor itself is lacking, though. I think it's a little bit too busy.
Maybe
just like an average, which is crazy.
What do you think about the hat, the weird hat with the teeth?
I like the hat in certain circumstances, but not all the time. Because it's too wide for like the smaller classes. But for like the bigger classes, it works fine. So I don't know. I think it's got some good potential, and I think it's definitely an interesting set. But I don't think it's good as like the top 6 that we have right now. I think it's average.
Like I bought the wings because the wings are cool. Like I'm watching the video on it now. I think the chest piece is really cool with the arms like wrapped around the front, and it's got like the tentacle tail stuff hanging behind it. I feel like the helmet's cool, but the helmet doesn't really match the body armor.
Yeah.
And then the gloves and the boots are super forgettable.
Yeah.
This feels like the kind of set where you could buy literally just the body armor and maybe the wings, and you'd be okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So if we were ranking the body armor, I would say like tier 2, but I think with the full package, I'd maybe say average. Is that too harsh?
I'd agree. Top average. Top average.
Yeah, top of average. Yeah.
Empyrean. What do you think of Empyrean?
I mean, people are going to be really angry if I don't say tier 1. It's got one of the best back attachments in the game, hands down.
I agree with that.
However, they've devalued Empyrean because they keep making sets with cool white cloth. And how many have we had this year? Like 3, 4 with that same theme?
Yeah, 4.
4. So I feel like that kind of drags it down a bit.
I still think it's like the best for like Tyrael. If you're gonna do Tyrael, you definitely want this.
Yeah. And also like the fact they keep making a lot of the same thing means it combos really nicely together, which is good. Like, so I have the same argument with, I don't like Celestial because I think Celestial is overdone.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so this is a reference that like 2 people will understand. I think the Empyrean set is the Yeezys of armor sets. Like, because they keep making so many colorways, they're devaluing it.
They're just reprinting it over and over and over again.
Yeah. I think it used to be tier 1, but because they've made so many, it's like top of tier 2.
Better than Banelich, though. Definitely better than.
Oh yeah, 100% better than Banelich.
Man, if they did
that, like if it was the only one, it would be 100% like one of the best of the best. But I think because we have so many now, it like shrinks down a bit.
Eternal Damnation, the red gem set.
You really like this one, right?
I really do like this one, actually. I love the helm. I love the bronze too. I wouldn't say it's
the helm is cool. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's honestly that much better than like the things we have in tier in like the top tiers. I don't think it's
okay. Isn't it kind of the same as Doomcrow? I feel like it's the same kind of thing.
It is.
Like 1 or 2 cool pieces.
It is, but I feel it's more derivative than Doomguard, and I feel like it has less. I don't know. I feel like it has less potential.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that. Yeah.
I feel like we should move Crusader down a tier. Crusader doesn't feel.
Okay.
Crusader doesn't feel like it belongs up there. It really doesn't.
That's fair.
That's fair. Extinction. This is like missed opportunity right here.
Yeah, this is an almost. This is like top of almost.
Yeah.
I really like Extinction mixed with the wild set. I use the helm a lot. I use the gloves a lot. I use the back attachment a lot. The weird flappy intestines.
You don't like that?
Oh no, it's weird. Like okay, so you know how the Elder set's got like loose tentacles?
Yeah.
If it was just like random actual intestines, I'd be in it. But it's rendered as if it's like a cloth tabard.
Right.
That's the thing which makes it weird, right?
Right. It also has like the wood has like some weird green undertones on the armor, so it's the combos are just a mess. Like the combos for the body armor are just a mess. I don't know. I feel like this had a lot of potential and it didn't get. Irie. Irie's I'm still dying, by the way. Irie's incomplete if it's not on a female, and that's what drags it down.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's also the thing where Sanctum is the better Irie.
Yeah, and cheaper, and just in general more.
It's got a nice bird. Well, I'll give it a bird, but yeah, I'd say it's like average. I'd say it's kind of like
above black
Crusade tier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Above black, but below Elder, I feel.
I think Elder's better than Gem Boy.
Assassin.
Okay, I really like the Assassin hood. I really like the Assassin back attachment. The rest of the set is trash.
I agree, actually. I agree. I really like the hood. I like the cloak.
Yeah.
And I think they look way better on more things than the actual armor. The armor itself is busy and it's mediocre.
It's like, I can see what they were going for. Basically, someone was playing like Assassin's Creed and they're like, we need to make a set, and they just kind of like half-assed it. Like it's over-designed. It's kind of got the thing we talk about, like with some of the textures. I think that if they'd given it more time and like another pass, I think it could have been a good set, but I would say it's like an almost.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah. Definitely better than the black and the Extinction.
Just because of how good, like the helm and cloak are genuinely so good.
Have you seen them
blue
on
and gold are really neutral.
Have you seen them on Dendrobait? They look freaking amazing on Dendrobait. I feel like Dendrobait does a better job of being assassin than assassin is. How do you feel about Gargoyle? I like the tail.
I don't own it, but I like how unique it is.
I really like the tail. I wish the tail was a separate piece.
Yeah, that'd been cool. Yeah. Okay, so is it an almost or is it an average?
I think it's an average. Because it's not a missed opportunity. You could do more with it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like middle of the road. It's there. It's kind if you're into it, great. But it's whatever.
Yeah, you're not missing out if you don't get it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sanctum, everybody's new favorite.
I think Sanctum is cooler than Empyrean, personally.
I think Sanctum is great. I think Sanctum is overrated. I don't think it's better than Empyrean.
Okay, so this I think this will kind of appeal more to your sense, like what your sensibilities are. I'm one of those guys. I like my armor sets to look super realistic. Anything which kind of gives me that like OG, like actual Holy Crusader vibe, but something you could actually picture. Like, okay, if you were watching like Game of Thrones, right, and someone was wearing the Sanctum set, you'd be like, oh, that's cool. It doesn't look dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could actually picture it in its timeline in history.
Yeah, it looks. And that's what I like about Pee-wee. I generally, while I rate some of the more outlandish sets, like Lich, like quite high, I like sets that look grounded. And also, I think that because it's base kind of metals and white cloth, I think it's very flexible.
So do we put it in better,
it's like,
or is it?
It's so affordable. It's so affordable as well, you know what I mean?
It is. So is it in our tier 1 or is it in our tier 0? Like, is it up here with these? Do you think it makes
I think it's at least on par with Empyrean. It's like, I don't think it's unique enough to be tier 1. Because while I really like it aesthetically, it isn't special. And again, as you said, they've made like 4 of the same set.
I feel like this is going to be this high for now until the art for the Ivory Tower, because I feel like the Ivory Tower beats this.
Yeah. Also, like, just quickly, I think it's the kind of set that I could see them remaking this exact same set in a year's time.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since it's so simple too. Clown.
Clown tit.
Yeah, exactly. Harpion. I hate it. I hate Harpion so much. I think the opalescent sheen on the armor just gives it no potential for combos with anything. I hate it.
It's also kind of got like a weird
it's like, and the metal doesn't act like metal. Like this set needed to be made in like 2 years when we have like realistic metal physics. The set is too early. And it's got
like a weird codpiece thing going on as well on the males, and it's got like weird shoulders. I agree with what you said. Like in a couple of years, I can see this being really cool with but we're not there yet. Yeah, I'd say it's not good.
Havenwood. This is like the poster boy for almosts, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. This is like top of almost.
You've seen the concept art, right?
Yeah, so good.
I'm so sad. You've talked to Orion about this, I think, and so have I. He said that this one was really rushed out to meet like the fall autumn like deadline type thing. Like they really wanted this out for like the end of the year. He said also that they don't generally do updates to sets on post release unless it's like something minor. So the chances of this ever being more than what it is now is so low. I'm sad about that too.
It's a shame. I really like the bow and the quiver. The bow and the quiver are great. The hood is really cool. The back attachment's like almost cool. Like I like it, but even the back attachment's kind of funky.
I kind of like the back attachment, but it's a little too rigid sometimes.
So there are a lot of so all of the loot box stuff, I get $100 worth of free loot boxes because I'm a streamer and it's like promotion.
Right.
I don't buy loot boxes because I don't like the practice of loot boxes, but it's kind of like if I'd gotten bits of the Havenwood set for free in like a loot box, I could maybe see myself using some of them, but I would never pay money for Havenwood.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so yeah, it's an almost.
What about its little brother, the Huntsman?
I actually really like Huntsman. I think Huntsman's really unique. You
don't like the backpack though?
No, I like the backpack. I love the backpack. I don't like the net. The net like really bums me out. I want just backpacks. I've been wanting a backpack MTX for a very long time.
I think it's the little pedipalps that ruin it for me, like little glowing green bits. Like if it didn't have those and was a bit more grounded, I think the net wouldn't look so out of place on the backpack. Yeah. The set itself, I think, is great though. I think it's the better of the.
Yeah, it's definitely better than Havenwood. This is one thing which kind of annoys me. I want more kind of like woodland. This is more like high fantasy, like elven-y kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, exactly. I would love more stuff like that in Havenwood, but because they feel kind of like underdeveloped, it seems like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, oh, these sets didn't perform very well, so we won't revisit them.
Right.
But
And this is
because
like,
of that, they never get good ones. You know what I mean?
yeah, and this is like what? This is our fourth kind of like woodland theme, because we had Verdant, and then we had this, and then we had Extinction, and then we had Havenwood, and they all just like Verdant is the only one that even came close to like being like really, really good, but it's too old. It's far too old. Huntsman's too cartoony. It's still a really good set, but I still feel it's a little bit too cartoonish to be any better than average, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree with average. I'd agree with average.
Middle of the tier?
I still really like the set there. I think it's the most interesting thing in that tier.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's probably next to Gargoyle, because it's kind of like, if you like it, you like it. A lot of people hate it. It's just sort of there.
Illusionist. I feel like this is an almost. Even though like it's so good when it's visible. I feel like it's an almost because it's always invisible.
I think okay, so I think it's one of the best sets they've ever made, hands down. From the fact that it's, as an idea, it's really unique. So just as a concept, it's great. It tells a story. The entire set looks brilliant. But for anyone who doesn't know, it's the set where you phase in and out of reality. There's a weird bug, and the phase timing is off. And it's been like that for what, 2 leagues now?
Yeah, it's been about 6 months.
It used to be kind of like you'd spend 90% of the time visible, and then every like 20, 30 seconds, you'd like go into the phasing blue glow for a few seconds and you go back. It's like flipped. So now you spend 90% of the time invisible, and 5% of the time you can see your character. I wish that there was a way that you could turn it off, like you could choose.
They should have shipped it as like a separate character effect.
Yeah, the phasing thing should have been a character effect that came with it. I
really like the back attachment. I think the back
attachment's great.
It's really interesting. I think it would be.
Yeah.
I think it would be in like the bottom of the best tier if the issues with the phasing were fixed.
Yeah, if it worked, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Judicator. This is an almost, I feel.
This suffers from the weird, like, plasticky, rubbery looking.
It also has like the vibe. Muscle definition in the armor thing that they get every once in a while. It's really weird. I don't know, it's really weird.
It's got the Batman nipples problem.
I like the color palette of the weapon effect, and I like the color palette of like the apparitions, and the armor set has none of that.
The gauntlet's amazing. I think I don't like apparitions, but it's the coolest apparition of all of them.
It's disappointing it doesn't like randomly up down. So you could like coin flip with it, because that would have been fun.
Oh, that would have been really fun. Like if you want to do a trade or something with someone, or that'd be a fun thing for streamers. Yeah. What do you think of Madcap?
I think it's nowhere near as good as it could have been. I agree.
I would clown tier it personally.
Would you clown tier it? Is it down here? Well, I mean, it shares some similarities with the clowns.
It's the best of the clowns. Basically, this was the inspiration for the clown set. Like they copied it. It's like copied homework, and they just forgot to change the name.
So, are you saying because this box is so popular is the reason we got the clowns, and therefore we should put it in the clown tier?
100%.
It's just its fault. We're blaming it. Mage Guard is one of the best things in the game right now.
I really like Mage Guard as well. How do you feel about the fact that it feels a bit weird to me that it's kind of like a re-release of a supporter pack?
Oh, it definitely is a reprint of Scholar. I think it's better though, in basically almost every way, except for it doesn't really have a back attachment. You just use a Scholar.
Yeah, no, but that's the problem with it though, because it's like if Scholar was like a normal store MTX and they just like made an updated version, kind of like, you know how there's been like so many different like updated like Fire, like Infernal and Forge and all that stuff. Right. But because it used to be a supporter pack, I feel like that should be off limits.
I think,
and that's kind of the issue that I have with Empyrean. It's like they're making supporter packs which are meant to be temporary, and then they're just re-releasing them in the store, which
I think it has enough of its own unique identity to not like step on, because I feel like Scholar feels like the actual mage of the two, and like this is like the battle mage. Like it's got the armor, it's got like the heavier cloth. It looks more rugged and like ready for combat versus like
but like surely it was just like a reprint. Like I'm sure that it was like, oh, we had 5 different sets of concept art and we had this laying around, and someone was like, this was really cool, we should make this. I love it as a set. In a vacuum, I would put it tier 1. I love it in a vacuum. I think because of its baggage, I rank it a bit lower, but it's entirely your call. I love the set though.
How low would you rank it? Like, how low do you think it being a reprint makes?
I think that's mostly just like it reflects on GGG, and it was like, how long ago did the Scholar set come out now?
It's 3 years. Because it wasn't.
If you want to put it in tier 1, put it in tier 1. I just feel a bit of a way about it.
I don't think it's up here. I don't think it comes close to Basilisk or Crucible. I think it's got to be in tier, like bottom of tier 2.
All right, put bottom of tier 2 then. Go.
Miracles, though, however. I feel like Miracles
That's
is one of
tier
the
1.
best things we've ever gotten.
Yeah. No, it's really good.
I think simply because of the fact that like the technology that went into creating Miracle,
Yeah.
like the back attachment, the portal, the new effects. I wish Miracle had done better, because like if Miracle had done better, the quality and like the animations and like what went into MTX would have been way better. Like we would get way more stuff if Miracle does well. So I really just want Miracle to do good. That and like I don't know, the possibilities with it are so freaking cool. Like the things you can do with Miracle.
I love Miracle. I don't own Miracle, so I think what we should do is you should buy me Miracle, and then I'll rep it so more people will buy it. I would say it rivals Basilisk. I don't know. I might even prefer it to Basilisk. To be honest.
I definitely prefer it to Basilisk. Is Orion too busy?
Okay, so I had this argument. My friend. Okay, so this is a really bad joke. My friend Ryan bought it, and you're like, oh Ryan, because he spent all this money. But yeah. I think the portal is cool. I think the back attachment is cool. I'm not a big fan of the weird body thing, because the body's too rigid. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, are you talking about the like the ethereal body underneath the cathedral?
Yeah, the actual. It's not wispy. If it was like a wispy thing with the armor floating on top and it kind of all had movement to the set, I'd really like it. Instead, it looks like they're just like, okay, we're just going to take the naked skin of a duelist and then rip all the textures off and just put like a pattern on it. You know what I mean?
We're just going to dye him white and then staple a cathedral on top of him.
Yeah.
This set is, again, it's too early for its time. Maybe like in 2 years, the technology would have been there to make it something really, really special.
Yeah.
The portal is fucking amazing, though. The portal's incredible.
Yeah, the portal's great. No, the portal's really good.
But the armor set itself, I feel, is like, I feel it's average. I feel it's like bottom of average. It's too busy for my personal tastes.
I don't respect people. He's the full Orion set. It's too easy. Like, the portal's amazing. The back attachment is great. I kind of like the helm. The helm is pretty unique. But the body armor looks so trash.
Is it not good? Is it not even in the average? Is it like an almost or in not good?
It's the supreme box tee of like, I want to look cool, so I'm just gonna wear a brand. I don't really like it at all. Okay, if it didn't have the portal, I don't think people would care about it.
Are you gonna smite this? Are you gonna smite this set? Does it go down into the clown tier?
No. It's I think it's not good personally. Pit Fight is cool. It's kind of forgettable. I like it a lot. Back attachment's cool. It serves the purpose. It's fairly unique. There aren't that many other sets. There were some early supporter packs which have a similar role to it. See, I don't know. I'd say it's like better or something.
I'd honestly say it's average, because I think everything that Pit Fighter did well, the new Crusader set like takes over. Because Crusader shares some Vanguard themes, but it also has like a similar back attachment. But I think Crusaders is again better. I don't know. I think Pit Fighter for its time was great, but again, I think its time's up. I think it's just average these days.
Yeah, no. You convinced me. Shove it in average. Yeah.
It's better than black, though. It's definitely better than black. Purple Crystal. So for those of you that don't know, this is a recolor that was released like a month after the original set. Arctic Crystal was released, and then Arctic Crystal was really popular, and so they released this recolor. And everybody hated the recolor, but I actually kind of really like it. I think it's got like interesting breach type vibes to it with the crystals. I don't know.
They don't even have it at a discount, do they? I'm just looking up now in the store. It's like full value, I think, right?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, so it's a really cool set. Like, if this came out first, everyone would be like, this is awesome, then Arctic they'd be hating on.
Yeah.
I don't like them doing straight recolors, and I think doing straight recolors is fine if you then sell it at a discount.
So are we going to clown this for shady business practices?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good set.
But the set is great, though. Yes. I love the set. The set is so good.
It's a good set, but Revenant. It's not, I don't think it shares, I think people think it looks like Stygian, but I think it shares more with Banelich because it has like the carapace.
No, it does.
The skin.
It really does.
Like the trailing effects cloak. And I just think the blue works better. I think it looks so cool.
Okay, so I agree. Okay, so I agree that Banelich looks worse than Revenant, but Banelich is a more unique color palette, so I rank it higher.
That is true. Also, I think the wings, the Revenant wings are just a little disappointing. I'm not a fan of like the Spirit wings, even though they're like different than the other Spirit wings, and they kind of got like the arcing and like the trail, like the fade off. I just think they could have done so much more with the wings. But as a theme, like Revenant is a really cool new theme.
Revenant's really good. It's really, really good. But no, I agree. It's definitely far more of a Bane Lich than it is a Stygian. Yeah, no, I like Revenant. Revenant is one of the sets I'm trying to buy less MTX. I've been really good with not buying stuff. But it's one of the ones that me a couple of years ago would have bought it instantly.
Yeah.
It's good. I really like it.
How do you rate the fourth and final clown set? Is it the best one simply because it's the last? Think it's great? Think it's good? Not. No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sentinel Overlord.
It's fine. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool if you like the color, but
I get like Sauron vibes from it. Like blue Sauron vibes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any better than like anything in the average tier though. I don't think it's unique enough.
It's got like nice combo pieces, but it's kind of we've got a lot of like black and gray sets.
Yeah.
The blue is kind of unique and it's got some cool combos, but I think it's pretty average.
Okay.
I won't I didn't buy it. I won't regret not having it.
Silver Wrangler. I think this is one of the best things in the game right now.
I hate it.
You really?
Yeah.
Why?
I really don't like the Wrangler stuff.
I don't like the base Wrangler armor. I just like silver. I don't like the base one. I will never use the base one over the silver version. I think the red...
The silver one is better. I agree. The silver is definitely better. You mostly just use the chest though, right? You don't use the rest of the set?
Yeah, no, I don't use... I'll use the crossbow. I like the crossbow. I think the crossbow's cool. And I like the chest armor, and that's it. The rest of the Wrangler stuff is meh, but I like the silver armor. I think it's in better, or at least top of average.
If you put it in bottom of better, I would agree with that. Like I personally don't like it, but I can understand exactly why someone would.
I just feel like there's like some really cool, unique things that you can do with it that I really enjoy, and I use it like I think between this and Miracle, it's like the two armors that I use the most out of anything that I have.
I like the color palette. So yeah, better.
Sunspire, the OG white cloth mage.
Did I tell you the story behind Sunspire?
You did, but you should rehash it just for the video, because why not?
So Bex's partner was like triggered that there wasn't a Gandalf set in PoE. So he would be nagging for ages, like, hey, we want a Gandalf set, make a Gandalf set. So at some point Bex was talking to like the art team, like, hey, maybe we should make a Gandalf set. And that was like the first inspiration for Sunspire, and then they went through like all the different iterations, and this is kind of what they settled on. It was like the White Wizard kind of vibe. Don't really like the set though. I think I like it because of the story behind it, but
I think it when it was released, it was like charming and unique. But I think as it's aged, I don't think it's really gotten any new combo pieces to make it better. So I feel like between it and Doomguard aged way better than Sunspire did. I feel like Sunspire kind of got left behind.
I think it's one of those sets that could have really benefited from coming out a couple of months later.
Yeah.
Like it's got the mask has the same thing I don't like about the Orion set, which is just a texture.
Yeah.
Like there's no wispiness to it or anything. And while the cloak has got this cool embroidery, it's kind of flat. And I think if they remade that same set now, it would have a lot more pop to it. Like if you compare it to Miracle, like there's no comparison.
Right. Miracle's just ages and leagues above it.
Yeah,
especially with like the quality of the cloth textures.
I don't know. I'd probably not good at.
You would not good it?
Yeah. Or at least like almost it.
We just earned a lot of downvotes.
The hideout's cool, the portal's cool, the weapon effect is cool, but even the weapon effect isn't that unique. Like, there's a lot of similar weapon effects.
I'd rate it just a little bit higher if it was me, but I feel that's fair.
I think if they were to remake it now, it'd be great.
Yeah, and maybe if like the inherent character effect on it was like a little less bright, and like you said, like the mask was a bit more wispy, then it would be better. But
okay, so imagine the exact same set, but you know it's got like the golden gauntlets and the golden belt and stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine you had this like holy smoke like tendriling out of it, and you had the same thing like coming out of the hood.
Yeah, like the smoke.
Maybe in the back of like the cape there could be some like tattered bits where the same kind of energy is like spewing out. Like they could have made it really cool. But instead it's just kind of like
If they ever make like a smoke character effect, that's gonna look really good on that.
True, that would look good. No.
Transcendence. I hate Transcendence. I think Transcendence is one of the worst things they've ever made.
I thought it was really cool when it first came out, and then I got it because I got a bunch of free boxes. And yeah, it has the same issue that I've been talking about where the body texture is kind of trash.
Yeah.
Whenever I have used it, I've used like the helmet, the gloves, and the boots just for the colors. I would probably clown tier it though.
Yeah, I agree. It's so because like the Like the biggest thing I like about MTX is the ability to combo them and make your own thing.
Yeah.
Transcendence has no potential to do that because it's itself. It's like it works well with itself and that's it. That and it's like a RGB Disco Fiesta and I can't stand it. Vanguard.
Also, so if I was talking about Vanguard, it's got one issue that I have with a lot of... This is the issue. So I really like green sets. We don't have enough green sets. GGG is really bad at making sets, which are slightly the wrong shade. So like Transcendence, it's got this weird like triangle backplate.
Right.
So you're like, oh, I want to shove a cape on it. There aren't any capes which match the grays of the set. The capes are either too black or too gray or too white.
Because there's like those weird teal undertones on the actual hard bits of Transcendence.
Yeah. So like nothing quite lines up with it. It's really awkward.
So you think Vanguard suffers from the same problem? Is that what you're saying? Like it's just has like the wrong off colors?
I really like the Vanguard back attachment. I think the Vanguard back attachment is one of the coolest things in the game. I like the back cape with the golden embroidery. I don't know. I'd kind of just put it next to Crusader.
I'm okay with that. I like because every time I want to use Vanguard, I just end up using Silver Wrangler because it feels like Silver Wrangler does it, but better without all like the blue tone weirdness of the metal. And then I'll just use the back attachment. Viper.
Tell me what you think of it first.
The armor's good. The helm's too big and a little weird. It's good for being a green set, but it's not as great as Basilisk. And also like the little weird glowing neon joints they take a bit to get used to, especially since if you're trying to put like a different helm on it, that glowing neon neck just like separates the helm off from like the rest of the body. It looks great by itself and it looks great with stuff like Basilisk and like the necrotic stuff, but trying to combo it with anything else is difficult, I feel.
If someone gave me Viper, I would use it a lot. It's something I would never buy, and it's the green problem. There's lots of really cool sets, but they're all slightly the wrong shades.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to like mix and match. The skirt, like if you add like overlay footage of this, the like bronze goldeny kind of skirt thing looks great, and I love the pouches in the pockets. If I could get a copy of Viper without the glow, like just the body armor, I would use it so much. I really like it, but I would never pay for it.
I feel like it's in average tier next to like one of the other creatures, like next to Gargoyle or next to Elder.
No, I'd agree with that. It's like you buy it, it's a complete package. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And if you like it, you like it. Yeah.
Maybe if like the bow was a bit better. Like the bow is interesting, but the bow doesn't work well with like various weapon effects.
I don't like the bow. I don't have the bow.
Feel the bow. Void Emperor.
You like this one a lot, right?
It's my new baby. I wish the cloth, the trailing cloth, wasn't a screen space effect. Because half of it is. Like the front tabard is, but the trailing cloth around the back is a screen space effect, and it throws me off. And also it has like weird physics applied to it. But if it didn't have that, I feel like it would be amazing. Right now I feel
what do you think about the weird head tentacle tassely things?
Like the dreadlocks or whatever on the helm? I think they're all right.
Kind of like do you ever play WoW? Like
no.
The Draenei face tentacles?
Never.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, I kind of like it because it's unique, but it kind of throws me off the weird like head tassel.
I think I think it's unique, but I don't think it's better than anything we have in betters. I think it's just like an average. It's like the best of average, I feel.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that.
It's because it's a really cool theme. I want to see where they're going to take this theme farther, because we're going to get a back attachment for it this league. But
that could be cool. That could be really cool.
And it's not wings. They'll probably do something like a geometric circle or like a star or something. It's not going to be wings.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be something kind of similar to like the Illusionist, where it's just like this free floating thing.
Yeah. Because I like when the portal first came out, it'd be like, how cool would it be if the portal was also the back attachment? Maybe they'll do something like that. But the portal is really good though. The portal is really cool.
Maybe if they had this thing where it was just like this rift like spawning out of your back or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The biggest suggestion I always see with this set is people wanted it to turn blue when spec'd into CI. Like they wanted the orb to change to blue so that like if you're a health build, you're red, but if you're an energy shield build,
that would be so good.
You'd be blue. And every time I see that comment, I'm like, that's such a good idea. God damn it.
I really like that. See, this is the thing where we didn't really talk about it at all, but like with the Miracle set, the reactive back attachment.
Yeah.
I wish we had more reactive sets.
Yeah. Because like the Miracle changes forms. Like when you're in town, it's curled up. When you're in hideout, it's sprawled out. And when you get hit, it goes into like a defensive formation. I don't know. More stuff like that would be really cool. Water Elemental.
I'm actually trying to find your video on the Water Elemental set.
I never filmed one. I was I was sick and depressed when Water Elemental dropped, and I skipped it.
Because of Water Elemental, you got depressed?
No, I actually really liked the set.
Okay,
I take that back. I like the set in certain circumstances. I think it has some good potential, and I think it combos really well with like Elder. Have you seen, if you go to my Twitch, there's a clip of like a Kraken combo that I use with this and like Elder that looks really cool. So I feel like it has some really good potential, but the set itself could have been way better.
I like the set a lot on female. I don't like it that much on male. I feel like for the male one, they should have had like no body armor and gone like full genie instead of the weird like crop top. Also, like, so I complained a lot about, I didn't like how the Orion set's just like a weird body texture. See, with this, it's a body texture, but they've added like rippling, so like the water like ripples for muscles.
Right.
So that I really like. I think, and I really, really like it for Ranger and Witch. But I hate it. I've been like trapped into playing just shadow builds like a year. So I would have bought this if there was a female shadow form, but there isn't. But I know I like this a lot. I think it's very unique. I would say it's at least tier 2.
I think what brings this armor down is the concept art they released for it is far more saturated than the actual release version. And this is something that Orion complains about a lot too. He's like, I wish they hadn't killed the saturation for this set. Because the original concept art was very blue. And the cloth was very dark. And they toned it way down for release. So that's like my only complaint with this set. But actually I really like this.
But like we just spent ages talking about how much we hate it on the male form. So maybe that should.
Should this go into almosts until they like give us sex changes? For,
yeah. No, I agree with that. I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'd agree with an almost.
The white armor.
I don't like it.
I don't either.
I feel again, that's what I said. Someone will like it. Someone will really like it. But
I feel like the white armor is it like even like right next to Orion, it looks like Orion. Like it looks like the same silhouette. It's got a plasticky vibe to it. I just don't like it. It looks too clean. It looks far too clean for like the world of Ray class. It breaks immersion, I feel.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
Wild is trash. Moving on.
No, wild. Okay, so these are my favorite sets. The black and gold wild set is so amazingly good.
All right.
But yeah.
Everybody at this point knows my favorite color is red because that's it. So I really like the red version of it. I really like the red version. Like with the extinction stuff as like combo potential. I love the red version. The gold version I feel is still good, but I don't feel it's as good as the red version. But I think your opinion on that's flipped, huh?
Okay, so no. I like to swap between the two, so I always wear armor sets which match the like theming of my skill.
Right.
So if I'm ever doing like a fire-based build, I always use the red set. The black and gold is very neutral. But the main reason why I like the black and gold one, I don't like the headdresses. The headdresses of weird textures. The one where you have the lion pelt helmet, it's got the feathers out of the back, and you also have the feathers in the kilt. The feathers in the back are like this really nice yellow color, and again, I really like yellows and oranges. The black and gold combos so well with parts of Cult of Apocalypse, and I actually got multiple of the. I never do this, but I bought 2 Cult of Apocalypse baby packs
so that you could get the
multiple
pets.
Panthers. So yeah, and the pets go so well with this, like so well. Also, the wild sets are very. They're less unique because there's 2 of them, but like conceptually, it's very unique. I would be very happy to put one of them in tier 1, to be honest.
Which one? You want to do the red one or you want to do the gold one?
I prefer the gold one, but I think the red is probably more unique because we've got a lot of just like black and gold sets.
I was thinking about that. It's like our tier 0 looks very gray and cold. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think wild is top of the game. The gold one I feel ranks somewhere in the middle, maybe like right there. I'm happy with that. I feel the regular Wrangler set is an almost, and that it could have been better if the colors were different, and that Silver Wrangler is the actual real version of this set. How do you feel about Zenith?
Zenith is high of best.
I feel like this is one of the best melee sets we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Just like they got the texture for the metal so right on Zenith. It's just a pleasure to look at.
And it's also surprisingly good to combo with other sets.
Yeah. It really does work well with a lot of things.
Would you re-rank anything looking at our list? Like, is there any that just like shout out to you like, no, this is wrong?
I feel like Sunspire is a little too low.
Okay.
I would rank that. I would rank that in average.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
But I would rank Irie lower than Sunspire. I'm gonna put Irie in almost. I don't. Irie is such a missed opportunity. What would you re-rank? You're not allowed to move Miracle. Miracle's amazing.
No, I think Miracle. I think Miracle's the best we've had. I think that Basilisk got shuffled along a little bit.
Do you still think Basilisk is like top of its tier?
And also that's the thing, they're not going to make another Basilisk.
You're right, they won't.
Like, Basilisk is one of those things where in like 3 years time someone will be like, I wish I owned that set. And people are like, well, you can get Viper. And I'm like, piss off. Basilisk is like one and only. And I really like the snake helmet that you can get from Basilisk as well. Because it's got the 2 helms.
I'm putting Orion in the clown tier.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm trying to work out if I'd bump Zenith up to 3rd. I don't know. Do you agree with that?
I do. I would honestly take Apocalypse below Crucible because I know you feel like Apocalypse and Crucible are like extremely similar. I still feel like a Crucible is just a little bit better.
Shove Apocalypse at top of Titty. Yeah. Nah, shove Apocalypse after Revenant. I'm sorry. Like, I really like it and I prefer it to Crucible, but it's nothing that special. Like, it's very flexible, but it's nothing special. I was gonna say, fuck it, shove it at the top of average.
We're just gonna clown to your Apocalypse for a while until
no. It's top of average. I really like it, but like it's one of those sets that someone might be like, oh, I wish I had that, but no one's gonna see it and be like, yo. See, but that's what I like about it because it's subtle. It's like the subtle flex.
It doesn't like draw attention to itself. It's just kind of like
it doesn't scream at you like, hey, look at me. But it's the kind of thing you'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like it's low key. So.
I don't know. It's not average. It's definitely better.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, it's better.
Better. We'll put it right there. Are you happy with this list?
I think I'm happy. I think you can publish it. I'm good.
I think this will be good. Is Wild your favorite set from the year?
Basilisk is the coolest. I would say it's If I had to pick like my top 3, and I'd ask you to do the same, I would say like Basilisk, Wild of either color, and then shit. Then Miracle. I think Basilisk and Wild are just like, for me, conceptually, are just like a tier above everything else.
I think if I had to pick my top 3, they would be Miracle, Silver Wrangler, and then Void Emperor. We'll see though about Void Emperor. We'll see how the back attachment turns out. Well, I think we'll call it. Thanks for joining me, Tarke. I had a blast.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully everybody likes this list. If you think our suggestions were wrong, or if you would have tiered them differently, go ahead and tell us in the comments because I'm interested to know what people will think. I wonder if they'll re-tier this. We should just publish this along with like the video and see where people
they'll put Crucible in tier 1. Like I think the main thing people will be upset about is they'll want Crucible in tier 1. They'd want Empyrean in tier 1.
Yeah.
And
I think people would rate Orion higher just in general. I think the people that bought it would rate it a lot higher. And I think people
what did I say? I meant Orion or Ruin, or my brain has stopped working. Yeah. People would want Orion to be higher, is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
That's fine. All right, well, we'll call it.